the numbers in this matchup, and you know, the weight issue was significant. This fight was made at 163 pounds, 3 pounds above the middleweight division, and Charlo came in 3 pounds over that, which makes his wallet a little lighter, and raises the question. He then later said after that that he only had what he called a 3-week specific camp for this. He said he was training and he had gone to see Roy Jones Jr., etc., to work with him, but he said he didn't have a long camp. So we'll see if that is his conditioning, because he's overweight, that isn't so great.
With the official introductions, here is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, from the Michelob Ultra Arena here at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, Premier Boxing Champions continues the action with our co-main event of the evening, brought to you by TGB Promotions, Samson Boxing, and Showtime Pay-Per-View, and sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Introducing our 3 judges, scoring from ringside. From New York, Max DeLuca. From Nevada, Dave Moretti. And from California, Zachary Young. Introducing our 3rd man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Harvey Dock. All right, fans, here we go. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in our catchweight special attraction. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing pink trunks with blue trim, fighting out of Seattle, Washington, by way of Phoenix, Arizona. He weighed in at 161 1/4 pounds with a record of 28 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. He has 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the battle-ready former world title challenger, introducing El Phoenix, Jose Benavidez Jr. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10-round special attraction, wearing white trunks with orange and green trunks, fighting out of and representing his home of Houston, Texas. He weighed in at 166 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 32 wins, no losses, 22 wins coming by way of knockout. As a 2-division world champion, here is the former IBF junior middleweight champion and the current undefeated WBC middleweight champion of the world, introducing Jermall Hitman Charlo. Once again, here's our referee in charge. Now to give instructions, Harvey Dock.
Okay, boxers, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch them up, good luck.
Referee is Harvey Dock, 19 years pro experience, 347th professional fight. For Charlo, he is 7-0 since moving up to middleweight. He's fighting at super middleweight tonight against Jose Benavidez Jr., who again, his 2 losses have come against multi-divisional champions Terence Crawford and Danny Garcia, looking for the huge upset win here tonight. Round number 1 scheduled for 10.
And when you look at these 2 men, you can see Charlo is the bigger man. And we mentioned, you know, Benavidez turning pro at 140. His best days maybe at 147. So we'll see if he can cope with that.
And Benavidez wants to jump on Charlo, take advantage of that long layoff, but be careful, Abner, because despite the fact that Charlo has been on the shelf for a long time, he's 32-0 with 22 knockouts and always extremely focused once the bell rings, although he had his head popped back there with the right hand from Benavidez.
Now, you're right about that. He's got to be careful, Benavidez Jr., but again, he is a fearless stalker.
Yes,
that's what he does.
Yeah.
He will pressure you. He'll have fun in there. Even when he's hurt, he'll show you that he's not. But again, there's something you can't ask this man is not to go forward, but he is going to tonight.
Benavidez coming off a dominant 5th round TKO against Ladan Yanyanin in his last fight. Benavidez facing his 3rd undefeated opponent in his last 6 fights.
You know, this is very early in this fight. But here's what's good about what Jose Benavidez is doing. His punches are much straighter than when we've seen him. Am I correct, Ebner? In recent fights. His technique right in his beginning is better than we've seen. So for whatever that's worth.
His father, Jose Sr., says that he will stop Charlo in round 6 or 7. Just getting started here, and Charlo had a nice combination showcasing his hand speed, but great point by Al Bernstein.
Really good
sharp,
point.
straight punches by Benavidez, the story of the first part of round 1.
And right now what I'm liking also now from Charlo, the jab. He's so masterful with it. I mean, we've seen him knock down opponents with the jab alone. So, you know, he's got a powerful left hand. There he hooked it again. And that's something he wants to continue to do in this fight.
Yeah, you're right. When you think of power punches, you think of the hooks, the crosses, but on more than one occasion, Mr. Charlo has dropped opponents with the jab. Nice combination to the body by Charlo. The hand speed is there.
And the other thing about Jermall Charlo, he gives you variety with the jab. We just saw him do it to the body. He sometimes does use it as a pawing mechanism.
Benavidez on the ropes. And Charlo coming off the ropes with bad intentions. Backing Benavidez up under 30 seconds left in the 1st round. Benavidez has been down once. That was in the loss to Terence Crawford back in October 2018. Lead left hook, left uppercut for Charlo.
It just takes one clean shot to change the momentum. Benavidez was on him, but he ate that right hand, and Charlo's the one putting the pressure now.
Listen to the bell. Time!
Well, big moment in round 1 as Benavidez was attacking. Charlo turned things around with that straight right hand and added the left hook and had him in some trouble. Let's take a look at what these men want to try and do in this fight to gain a victory. For Charlo, control the distance so Benavidez doesn't get in close. The jab, he's already done that and then some. And the uppercut is always a big weapon for him that could be there. As for Jose Benavidez, roll the dice early, take a shot, in my opinion. That's what he tried to do, but it didn't go well for him. Crowded, has to be on the inside where he's not going to be hit at long range. And the body, Benavidez is a very, very good body puncher.
Back up.
The bell in round 2. Charlo told us that he was going to treat Benavidez like a little bull and walk him into shots to get him out of there. Nice 3-punch combination, all with the left hand to the body, the head, and then the hook, Abner.
Yeah, no, and Charlo just showed us that he was going to do that, and he did it with that right hand. And here comes Benavidez, a case to victories, like you said, Mo. I mean, Al, you got to be in there. You got to take chances, and he's doing it right now.
And he got in close enough so that Charlo couldn't hit him with a long jab or a right hand.
You have to fight low.
There is the jab of Charlo.
Yeah, if you're Benavidez, you've got to fight low. You got to fight small. You can't pull back. When he got hit with the straight right hand, is because he pulled straight back.
Smart strategy by Charlo. Continues to attack the body with the jab. There's a straight right hand by Benavidez. Good jab by Charlo. Benavidez puts together a combination, but then gets rattled by that right uppercut on the inside by Charlo. And another stiff jab from Charlo, but Benavidez comes back. Great fight.
Wow, both having their moments. It seems like, yes, Charlo has a lot more power because it's only 1 or 2 shots, but he does harm Benavidez.
Man, that jab. It is a solid jab from Jermall Charlo. And he's been able to land the jab through the peekaboo guard of Benavidez. Minute and a half left in the second.
Jermall Charlo is just a very well-schooled fighter. You know, he does things right. Yeah, Ronnie Shields is a great trainer. and he went to work with Roy Jones Jr. And give Ronnie Shields credit for letting him go over there, sink into.
He's the one who introduced them.
Yes,
brought them together.
Gain some knowledge from Roy Jones Jr. Go big right by Charlo.
Another right hand from Benavidez, and more so than just boxing, he wanted Charlo to spend some time with Roy Jones Jr. talking about life, helping him with his mental health issues, doing things like fishing, and just really getting him in a good headspace to make his return to professional prize fighting.
Yeah, and boxing is way more than just the physicality, more than just getting ready. It's a mental game here.
The cliche, right? 90% mental.
It is 100%, and that's why he took that trip. You know, you got to clear your mind, be in the head. Great head. But you know, right now Charlo is showing us, you know, the old Charlo going back to that jab, looking for the power shots and that uppercut. I mean, it's there. It's just a matter of time.
Less than half a minute remaining here in the second. Again, the right uppercut. That one to the body by Charlo. Benavidez looks to establish the jab. Beats the jab from Charlo. Charlo's already landed 23 jabs.
Time! Doing good. Just keep touching the dude like that. I got the bucket right here. Right in front of you. Look, keep touching it behind the jab. Just keep taking your time. You want to throw all that fast shit, let him do it. That's okay. You just keep catching and fire back.
So Benavidez getting in the range where he can do some good. He's fighting off his chest, landing good body punches, mixes in a nice right hand, and that's where he is not susceptible to a lot of those Charlo punches. But here we see Charlo doing good work even from the inside. We said the uppercut was one of the keys in this fight, and he got it going there, and then he would rip another one. I mean, that is, both he and his brother Jermall, they throw that punch as well as anybody in boxing.
And I was looking for timing, and I think the timing's there for Charlo.
Yeah.
He's showing us.
Speaking of Charlo's brother, of course, fell short in challenging Canelo, a fight that this Charlo was supposed to have, and in many ways fighting for the family reputation in his return here tonight as Benavidez backs him up, and Benavidez unloading on Charlo. Charlo fires back a right uppercut, but Benavidez having success with his combinations.
And that's how you want to finish off your combinations like Benavidez did. After he was done, boom, he finishes off with the body shot. You want to continue to do that.
I'm going to say that already in recent fights when we had him against Danny Garcia, even against Torres when he came back and had a draw that might not have been a draw, this is by far the best performance of Benavidez. And there's the power punches, you know, the edge for Charlo for sure, and he has landed 43%, but, you know, Benavidez has gotten a few in.
No, you're so right. I mean, Benavidez Jr. would always look for, you know, looping shots against Garcia. And in this fight, he's just combinations, beautiful, straight punches. And again, finishing to the body.
Yeah, it's a different look, and it's
Double
the right
jab
look.
from Charlo, going upstairs and downstairs. There's the combination from Charlo. Left hook to the body by Benavidez. Nice left hook curled around the guard by Charlo. Avoids that sweeping left from Benavidez, and Charlo puts together the textbook 1-2 through the guard, and again splits the guard with a sharp jab.
And it's those moments that Benavidez Jr. gives Charlo by standing just in front of him. You can't do that.
Keep it clean.
Fight small, low. Go, there you go. Get in the inside.
Yeah, Charlo's landed 31% of his jabs in this fight, and that's a really good percentage.
And it's the placement of the jabs. Under a minute left in round 3, scheduled for 10. At a contract weight. Right to the body by Charlo. Pulls back from the right hand of Benavidez. And Charlo again establishing the jab. Oh, right cross clipping Benavidez.
Again, standing right in front of Charlo, Benavidez Jr. He has to move that header. Or step in. Yeah, there you go. Step inside.
And also not a lot of head movement, period, from Benavidez. So and not getting low, as you pointed out. That's the key.
Continues
put
to
your
eat a
hands
steady
up.
diet of jabs. Sorry, Abner.
No.
And Benavidez trying to close the distance. And that's really at his best. Benavidez will stalk his opposition from the smart distance, looking for openings, and has had some success against Charlo, but Charlo putting together the combinations to close out round 3. Oh, and then got clipped with the left hook from Benavidez.
Hey, who knew this was going to be such fun, right?
Let him get to ball.
Breathe, nice and deep. You need to move the head much more, Just move it. And keep moving your waist too, and keep your hands up. And start hitting the body, okay?
Early on in the round, Benavidez had a good moment here. He's going to use the jab and the straight right hand, and that right hand gets in. And again, throwing his punches straighter and ripping to the body, which is what Benavidez likes to do. Then Jermall Charlo coming back and throwing a thudding body punch. He's a very good body puncher. And then this was that right hand that, honestly, I'm surprised Benavidez didn't go down or from it or be much more hurt than he was.
He took it like a champ.
Yeah, he did. And at the end of the round, that was fun to watch.
There's that quick right hand by Charlo, again going to the body with the jab and utilizing the pull back counter.
Benavidez, you got to commit. You got to go on the inside. You can't stay at that range. That's Charlo's range. You're gonna keep getting clipped with the right hand, especially with the hands down.
So we're very early in this fight. We're only in the 4th round, and you know it's been fun to watch. Here's the question. So Benavidez is still here and hanging in fairly well and taking power shots. If he gets us into the later rounds, this is a 10-round fight, and Jermall Charlo came in at, once 3 pounds over even the weight, is he ready to go rounds?
You want an answer now, or do we wait?
I think we're going to wait and see.
We'll find out, right?
I'm just posing the question. I'm posing the question.
Hey, man, a good question it is, but look at that great hand speed by Charlo. And again, the eyes say it all after the vision. There it is again. Beautiful use of the jab, attacking the body and then going upstairs. That's a paintbrush. Wow.
If there's something that amazes me about Charlo is that he's so focused when he fights.
Yes, we talked about that.
He's so focused. I mean, look, his eyes are locked. He knows what he's doing. He's looking for flaws. We're looking for Benavidez' mistakes, and he's doing the right things right now.
When you consider the chaos that has been his personal life, this is his safe space. Yeah. Believe it or not, the boxing ring.
No, that's a really good point, Mauro.
No, seriously, you got to put that. You got to leave that outside. Beautiful uppercut.
Yeah,
by Charlo there.
Charlo, and there's a left hook, left uppercut, and now the hand speed and the combinations beginning to break down Benavidez.
The miracle is that Benavidez hasn't gone down, John. He's been hit with some big punches.
Just the one time in his career, as we mentioned, when he challenged then welterweight champion Terence Crawford in October 2018. Was knocked out in the 12th and final round, but here in round 4, tasting the power of Jermall Charlo.
It only takes one shot, guys. It kind of reminds me of when Danny Garcia fought Brandon Rios. He was taking all those shots, and boom, one. He went down. You can't take those shots, man.
And Charlo just ate the jab from Benavidez.
Wait. Step back. Good. Stop at the bell. Stop. Whoa. Hey, that's the last time, all right? Hey, last time, all right? I was there, all right? I know, I was there. I'm just saying, I've been hit late, so they don't hit it. Last time.
Well, as that debate rages, when we go back and look at some of the amazing work that Jermall Charlo did in the last round, he's landing 40% of his power punches in this match, which is everything other than the jab. And that left hook was a beauty. And he is a very good combination puncher when he gets things going. And when you look at this combination, both of them put together a great diversified punching by him.
And it all starts with the jab, body shot, uppercut with that same left.
Wow. Benavidez is very fortunate that he
that was right after
didn't have a point taken away or even more, but he did get the hard warning from referee Harvey Dock for that extracurricular activity as we begin round 5. Double left hook by Charlo.
Beautiful left from Charlo.
And he's really putting the jab to work now as Benavidez goes downstairs.
Hands are free. Break, break.
It's interesting, a warning was given to Jermall Charlo about Harvey Dock. Don't you retaliate because of what Benavidez did. So he's trying to prevent issues from happening. And there's a low blow by Benavidez.
Those are tactics. I mean, sometimes you go get away with them, and he did right there. But you know, those are really, you know, it's not smart, but you know, the right tactics sometimes for a veteran like Benavidez.
Yeah, if you're Benavidez, let's face it, you're a monstrous underdog in this fight. You want to do whatever you can to make something happen for yourself.
Begins and ends with the well-educated jab of Jermall Charlo, and it's becoming more and more key in this fight.
34% of them have landed. That's a very big percentage for the jab.
Hands are free. Hands
Definitely was keeping Benavidez Jr. at range. Charlo's jab left, and when he gets the opportunity, there it is, Charlo. You worked out that right as an uppercut or hook.
Midway through the 5th round, right uppercut on the inside, overhand right by Benavidez. Benavidez going to the body, Charlo doing the same. Low left uppercut by Charlo, combination from Benavidez. Oh, digging away as Charlo, Benavidez firing back. The left hands of Charlo, the left hand of Benavidez. The lefts have been prominent tonight, Mr. Bernstein.
Yes. And a little chopping right from Benavidez. Who thought we'd have those kind of sequences in this fight? I mean, that was fun.
As two guys who write with their left hands, Brian Custer and I approve of all of this happening here tonight. Just over 30 seconds left in the first half of this 10-round special attraction. The return of Jermall Charlo taking on the always gutsy Jose Benavidez Jr.
I gotta admit, this is the best I've seen Benavidez.
Yes, by far, since he's come back. And standing up to a big man hitting it.
Say that, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
taking these clean shots and still firing back.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We've reached the midway point of this fight between the undefeated Jermall Charlo and Jose Benavidez Jr.
So let's watch this in regular speed, that great exchange that Benavidez and Charlo had to see, you know, in the corner where Benavidez had, you know, the right range for him, and both men were landing really good punches. I mean, both men ripping good shots. Nice uppercut from Benavidez. Good combinations. And then Charlo coming back and fighting off the ropes to both the body and the head. I mean, that's a kind of exchanges we weren't sure were going to take place in this fight. And Charlo ripping downstairs.
Everything is good. How we feeling? Okay, everything is looking good. Keep your hands up. Keep your head moving. Okay? Everything is good. Check it go! Keep those punches up.
And we begin the second half of this scheduled 10-round attraction. Jermall Charlo. He is in the white with orange and green trim trunks. Jose Benavidez Jr. is in the pink and blue.
You know, this is a fight in which Jermall Charlo is performing well. He is dominating the fight for the most part, and yet it's a good fight and a fun one to watch because Jose Benavidez is doing enough to make it a good fight.
Yeah. Is he doing enough to be ahead on Steve Farhood's unofficial scorecard? Let's find out.
The answer to that is no, Mo. Charlo, just size does matter, and Charlo's landing the more forceful shots. And his jab is really winning him some of these rounds by itself. Benavidez certainly landing his share of punches. I thought that he could have won round 1 or even round 3, but Charlo has since taken control, largely with the jab. He's the bigger guy, and it's showing.
Yeah, I think Steve's right. I mean, no question Charlo's winning more rounds. But
Benavidez is always game. Like you said, he's going to be there. He's going to give you a good fight. And this is the second half of the fight. You talked about Charlo perhaps only having 3 weeks.
Right hand by Charlo. But that jab of Charlo doing damage.
And it's showing in Benavidez's face now.
Nice body shot by Charlo with the jab. Again goes to the body with the jab. Midway through round 6.
And Abner made this point earlier. Look how tall Benavidez is fighting. He can't, he has to be low, and he's not.
Yeah, he's got to fight low. He's got to get in the inside, work the body. But again, easier said than done. The jab from Charlo is just keeping him at distance. And invest in the body, break down Charlo. He hasn't been in the ring in a while.
Oh, 3-punch combination. Benavidez eating some nasty shots. Less than a minute left in the 6th.
And there's a left hook. He actually threw one before. Benavidez has tried to get that left hook in, and he actually has a good one to the body, but hard to do on a consistent basis.
Another multi-punch combination for Charlo. Oh, right uppercut, right on the jaw. Benavidez walking forward. Incredible ability, great punch resistance from Jose Benavidez Jr.
How did he take that?
I don't know.
Really well-timed uppercut, right uppercut from Charlo.
And the jab, a bludgeoning jab from Charlo.
Really, the only thing missing from this performance is not having a knockdown or a knockout for Charlo.
And Benavidez continues to fire back. And the right hand by Charlo.
Time! Hey, last one on the floor. We had 2 in that round. That was what? I like it, I like it, I like it. I like the way you work it.
Well, the uppercut, we talked about it early on, and it's in the keys and everything. You know, overhand right by Charlo. And then here's the uppercut that pops in to the head of Benavidez, and that's been a punch that he's utilized as he has everything. Then cranks up the left hook.
Yeah, he walked into that uppercut, Benavidez, and he took it well.
You're going to see the uppercut behind that, all right? Combination. But keep controlling with the jab. That's the whole key to it, all right? Second jab. Right, let's go.
Trainer Ronnie Shields likes the way Charlo works it. No diggity, no doubt, as we begin the next round here. Number 7 scheduled for 10. And it's all about the JAB for Jermall Charlo.
And he's putting together these beautiful combinations behind it. The jab is setting that up, and then he's adding to it and embroidering on it. And from a technique standpoint, it's been a very solid performance. And it's the toughness of Benavidez that has kept him in here in the fight. Just being upright.
And for the time that he's been out, Charlo, this is the type of fight you needed.
Yeah. We talked about the jabs, landing 35% and throwing 230 now for Charlo. That, very, very impressive.
And it's not just a well-educated jab, it is a very hard jab, Adam.
Yeah, super hard jab. Again, like Matias, like it seemed like it doesn't hurt you, but it does. It has so much power. He will knock you down with a jab, Charlo.
And I'm gonna throw in this cautionary note. Jose Benavidez is not an upper echelon fighter, and he's fighting way out of his weight class. So you have to put that caveat there. But from a technique standpoint, everything Jermall Charlo is doing is correct.
Stop. Keep him up. That's the last one. Last one. You got to keep him up.
I think I've heard referee Harvey Dog say that's the last one a few times.
Well, I think it was the last warning on a couple different things. So.
Yeah,
because he followed him to the corner.
Yeah.
There's a jab from Benavidez.
Hot-shotting, though, and he's met with a rapid-fire combination, including a shoe shot to the body from Charlo. Just over a minute left here in the 7th.
Yeah, Benavidez Jr. jabbed well, but he stayed right in front of Charlo. Again, you got to move, work your way in the inside. Get in and close, work the body, uppercuts. What works for you for Benavidez? Volume punching, uppercuts, body shots, but not standing right in front of Charlo.
30 seconds left here in the 7th. Stanza jab from Benavidez, counter right hand upstairs by Charlo connected. And then the jab of Charlo stops Benavidez in his tracks. Well, momentarily that is. Someone who, well, helped put Showtime on an even bigger map when he came to Showtime. 2013 Floyd Money Mayweather, the Hall of Famer, responsible for the biggest pay-per-view buy rates in the sport. Manny Pacquiao, Conor McGregor, all on Showtime pay-per-view.
And how about those memorable matches with Marcos Maidana that we had, which was so exciting? Those were fun.
Well, speaking of fun, round number 8 between Jermall Charlo and Jose Benavidez Jr.
And you know, Charlo, who is not a volume puncher, he's averaging 60 punches per round, which for him is a lot of punches in fights.
Yeah, he's normally known for
very
counter punching. Yeah, economical uppercut here, double, triple jab, right hand. But you know, he gets the opportunity. Benavidez standing right in front of him. He let those punches go, and he's looking really good.
Right, and part of it is Benavidez being a stationary target helps him, but he still has to throw the punches, right?
Right, of course.
And the power punches, he's landing 45% of everything other than a jab, and that's a very good percentage.
1-2 by Charlo finds the target.
So we learned something already here tonight, that Jose Benavidez, you know, even against bigger men at a higher weight, still has an iron chin.
Three-punch combination by Charlo.
Now, what you don't want to have happen here if you're Benavidez and his dad is him in these later rounds taking monster shots at this point that maybe he doesn't need to take. We'll see how it goes.
Nice opportunity at a segue, because speaking of monsters, his younger brother, the monster David Benavidez, will put his undefeated record on the line against another unbeaten fighter, Demetrius Andrade, at 168 pounds, a main event, the ultimate clash of styles to close out Showtime final boxing pay-per-view.
Smoothly done,
I'm known for the smooth segues once in a blue moon. Just over a minute left here in the 8th. Hey, you should listen to the monologue. I got a lot of smooth segues on that podcast. Under a minute left in the 8th here as we continue with Charlo and Benavidez standing in front of each other, and Benavidez square up.
Yeah, he's walking into
He's in the danger zone.
The jab right hand from Charlo.
Hands are free. Hands are free.
.30 seconds left in the 8th. Sharp jab through the guard again.
And, you know, part of what, for Charlo, he knows Benavidez probably can't hurt him at this juncture. And smaller man coming up, so he's able to sustain, to even take whatever chances he wants. even though he might get hit with the shot here and there, they're not going to hurt him.
Stop at the bell.
And there is Caleb Plant in attendance, the former 168-pound belt holder who may have shown Demetrius Andrade a bit of the puzzle to solve Benavidez, especially in the first 6 rounds. Yeah. That mobility, that boxing gave Benavidez some problems. And here, Benavidez, look, the other Benavidez looking to give Charlo some problems.
Hey, he keeps trying in this fight, and it's not just he's surviving, he's trying offensively.
Yeah, well said. It's not just him, reacting or, just wanting to show. No, he's trying. He wants to win. And this guy, he's excited to watch Benavidez. But again, it's the power, the size from Charlo, just too much.
That's a 10, 11, 12-punch combination from Jermall Charlo. It's effective and it is efficient. The jab continues to lead the way for Jermall Charlo, looking to exercise all those personal demons and try to get all of that rust off after 29 months away. And in fact, that last fight in June 2021 against Juan Macias Montiel, according to Show Stats, the best numbers offensively for Charlo ever, as he just got hit with a right and a left from Benavidez. Oof, wow, left hook, left uppercut, beautifully done.
Yeah, that's a combination that when it's done effectively, it's really special.
Chance of Jose.
Well, this is a Benavidez crowd.
Amen. It's a family affair tonight.
They booed when Andrade was on the screen.
Thudding left hook by Charlo. Benavidez continues to move forward.
But again, like I said, it only takes one shot. And if Charlo can land, I mean, he's landed so many, but again.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, those numbers, headshots landed astonishing margin for Jermall Charlo.
Final 60 seconds of the 9th.
And the other thing is when you think that he is clearly the bigger man, the harder puncher, and yet Jose Benavidez has somehow persevered through that. Charlo's he's a very creative fighter. When he is throwing these combinations, it's just a very creative in-ring fighter.
Charlo beginning to pull away statistically. And there it is again, just artistry, pure artistry.
Beautiful jab uppercut. He turned it in the air, like, that's amazing. That's not easy to do.
There's no quit in Jose Benavidez Jr., that's for sure.
Kind of a check jab, a counter jab by Charlo. And then here's the combinations, creative combinations. That hook uppercut is, part of what he's done. And just a very efficient and technically sound performance by Jermall Charlo.
One more round. Let's go. You're a warrior. You're a warrior. Go for it for this round.
I believe you. Look, that right uppercut is there when he's falling in. All right? He's falling in for it. You're going to see it. All right? Second jab. Come here, Terence. Terence, come here. Come here. Touch up, baby. Good. Let's go, box!
A lot of acrimony leading into this fight, and grudgingly they touch gloves.
For the 10th and final round, the return of Jermall Charlo after being on the sidelines for 29 months, a contract weight fight against Jose Benavidez Jr., the older brother of David Benavidez, who headlines tonight's pay-per-view against Demetrius Andrade, according to our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood. He has Jermall Charlo up by 7.
Yeah, this is going to be a really...
And Benavidez still trying to find a way to get that win.
And he is. He's got to be careful, though. You don't want to walk into something because Charlo's sneaky, like we talked. He might get that uppercut in, and you want. And if you're Benavidez, you want to finish this fight on your feet, and you know, to show the crowd that game was a really good fight.
Wait. I got to be honest. This is just a personal thing. Harvey Doc's a terrific referee. I don't know why he had to get in there and tell him, go fight, don't talk. They can talk if they want. Why not? Who cares?
Hey, it makes our job easy.
Yeah, they can gel with each other. What's the difference?
Wait, stop. I said keep it clean. Don't hit him behind his head. Let's go.
They have combined to throw over 1,000 punches. 577 of those punches have been thrown by Jermall Charlo. Huge edge in total punches landed, as we see on the screen, Albert.
Yeah, and there they are, landing 39% of all his punches. When you're around 40% of all your punches, forget just power or whatever, that's pretty impressive. And I don't think we expected to see those kinds of numbers of volume in a fight like this.
Especially in the comeback fight for Charlo.
Right.
I thought he was going to box a little bit more, pick his shots, but no. Beautiful combinations.
And for Benavidez, adding to that total by throwing 400-some punches himself, so he's not completely inactive.
45 seconds left, and Charlo looking to close the show. Has Benavidez backed up on the ropes?
He finally really hurt him. Can you tell they don't like each other? They really don't.
After 29 months away, Jermall Charlo, as the first fight out of the way, goes 10 rounds with Jose Benavidez Jr.
Very, very solid performance by Jermall Charlo. Some of it due to who he was facing, but nonetheless, he performed exceptionally well. And when you look at the numbers like this, 46% of your power punches landed, 40% of all punches, and Benavidez is a much more likely fighter to go to the body a lot. Charlo went to the body more than him and was more effective. So very, very impressive performance.
Yeah, coming into this fight, there was the criticism that he should go to the body more. Well, he did that here tonight, so. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Zachary Young scores the action 98-92. Dave Moretti sees it 99-91. And Max DeLuca scores the contest 100-90. All three in favor of the winner by unanimous decision, Jermall Hitman Charlo.
33